welcome back to my channel and welcome to Rasheeda.
Hi!
So today we're going to be something slightly different to what I usually do on my channel, a bit more of a serious topic. We're going to be reacting to, discussing what went down with the whole BKChat London racist tweets gate, shall we say. The title's probably going to be something that explains it a lot better. Okay. So let's just get straight into it. So first of all, have you seen the tweets and everything?
I've seen some of the tweets. Some stuff about like black girls being ashy and wanting to be light skinned. Something about black girls being like Air Forces. Like,
oh, I didn't see this one.
Like, they don't go with outfits and after a while they get lumpy. I was like, damn.
Oh, she went all the way.
She went all the way in with that one.
Okay. And you know the funny thing is, before we delve into these tweets, it's not like I was sitting here waiting for, oh yeah, let's attack her. I'm waiting for her to mess up. I actually really liked her when she came on. I was like,
she fit in really well.
Yeah. But well, looks can be deceiving. Nah, this girl is black and clearly has no respect for slavery either. Lol, what a mess.
Wait, what was she talking about?
Is she trying to say she doesn't know her place? Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, alright then.
Is she half Portuguese, half...
It was one flag I didn't know.
So I have a friend who is, he's half Portuguese, half Angolan, but he basically just looks Portuguese, and he's explained to me that, you know, back in the day, there has been racism more strongly towards black people in those cultures and everything. But at the same time, he comes from that, and it's your own decision if you want to stay living within that.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think one thing a lot of people are saying, like, she's like an ambiguous non-black woman of colour. So she kind of can pass. I didn't really realise she had the mixed kind of situation going on. I thought she was just a white English woman. But I think, like, it goes to show how she's been able to, like, benefit off of something which is largely kind of black culture, arguably.
Yeah.
And still, like, just basically chat rubbish about us.
Literally.
But I think... yeah, like, racism is ignorance, really. Do you know what I mean? And I think more than anything, a lot of the time it's sad that people think like that, but also that people have been in a situation whereby, like, they feel comfortable to say that, like, it's not being challenged in that way. But yeah, man, those comments were below the belt, and it seems like she's grown up maybe, like, being around black people of colour, so it's like, how are you gonna come and say that?
But tell a black girl to take her weave off and show her cane rows, and all hell breaks loose, like someone said your mum in year 5.
Like, it's just pathetic.
It's
like, but what? Like, what's your business with us and our cane rows and the weave? Like, why
do you want us to take it off anyways? Like, somebody's telling you to take off your makeup. Like,
is actually weak.
This tweet really angered me because it was just wrong on so many levels. So someone tweeted, some black girls look like aliens. She, like, retweeted it, quoted it, and then added Somalis too. Now, first of all, she's promoting someone that's putting down black people, which is just wrong and angers me. But then to be so ignorant as to say as well as Somalians, as if they're not black. And that really gets on my nerves when people, because I've heard it so many times when people are like, oh, you know, she's black, oh well, she's Somalian, she's not really black. They're still black. And it's just like, what is your issue with black girls? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, and it seems to be black girls very specifically, even black men, black girls very specific. Girl. It's just not cool. But I think also racism and sexism, like, they work together a lot of the time. And I think people are more comfortable insulting black women than they are insulting black men. Like, people are very comfortable to say black girls this. Even black men themselves are very comfortable to talk about how black girls need to stop doing this, and they're loud and they're angry and their hair's like this. And so for me, this is like a clear example of how, like, white supremacy and sexism, like, work together to, like, oppress people. Because why are you just talking about black women? Like, what's your problem with black women? But I think somebody was saying something about how she might have been bullied, like, when she was younger. Two wrongs don't make a right. But like touching on, like, guys saying as well, I mean, it's no excuse at all. She is her own person. She chose to say those things, but it doesn't help when black guys are putting black women down, and then the girls are seeing this and they're like, oh yeah, okay, let's do this as well. This is not an excuse for her in any way, shape or form, but it just doesn't help. And I think that is, like, one starting point we could start on. Definitely, like, black men don't, and this is not to slander black men
no,
either,
not at all,
like, but if you're a black man and you're talking bad about black women, don't be surprised when white girls or any other type of people try to do it to us as well. Because if you're making it okay, like, you as a black man have the power to legitimize statements like that. So if you say that, people think that's okay, of course they're going to say it as well. So that's a good starting point, like trying to change how we talk about black women in the first place
within our own,
definitely within our own circles, because that's all dead. Like, it's all dead.
And I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just realizing it a lot more recently, but I feel like it's just becoming a lot more, or it's being put out there a lot more, the way in which black females are being put down so much. And it's really sad. Like, I saw this and I was like, I was angry, and then I was just sad because there's young girls growing up, and there's like, is this going to keep going on? Is this what they're going to keep hearing? Are they going to grow up and hate their skin? Yeah,
I mean, I think that question about, like, I've heard people ask me that before, like, are you black first, or you a woman? And when I was younger, I was like, yeah, I'm black first, because I wasn't really cognizant of feminism in the same way that I was of, like, black liberation and, like, civil rights and stuff like that. So I was more aware of that. But then, like, as I got older and began to understand concepts like intersectionality and black feminism, like the idea that those various aspects of your life intersect, like, it's not race and gender work together, race, gender and class work together, ableism, whether you're straight or homosexual or whatever your kind of sexual preference may be, like, all of those realities intersect in our lives. And so, like, I see myself as a black feminist, and for me that's about understanding, not necessarily, for me personally, it means understanding that I'm a black woman and realities of white supremacy and realities of patriarchy are going to affect my life, but also that feminism isn't just for white middle class women, as it's often been kind of, like, portrayed. Like, feminism is for Muslim women, it's for women of all different colours and all different shades and all different faiths and beliefs, and it's important that we have those conversations all at the same time. And so when I see things like this, I think about being black and being a woman, because she is a woman, we have that in common. But, like, her comments don't align with my reality or realities of other black girls or other, like, girls of colour. And also, I think, like, a lot of the time you're a woman bringing other women down. Like, why are we doing that? And,
like, we'll go into it in more detail, but in part of her apology letter, she was like, oh, it was at a time when, I don't know, I was immature and trolling was big and you just do it to get retweets. But really and truly, are you so you want to put people down just to get a retweet? And people are saying, you know, give her a break, it was 3 years ago, but I don't feel like that's a good enough excuse. I mean, maybe it's good she apologized. Some people may not be as happy with her apology. I don't really know how I feel about her apology either. I mean, at least she did, I guess.
I mean, I think, like, people do change, and, like, I know 3 years ago I said some stupid things. I don't say stupid things like that, but I said some stupid things in my youth. But I mean, I don't know, like, it's tricky, because I do believe in redemption. I do believe that people change, and I do believe that people are kind of, like, a lot of the time we're kind of socialized into racist, sexist thinking, whatever it may be. And I do believe that can change, but I know myself personally, like, if I saw her, or I probably wouldn't feel comfortable, because there was a time, whenever it may be, you looked at me or you looked at my people and, like, you see ugliness, and you still might feel that way. And it's just a bit, leave it, because, like, you're all here, like, oh yeah, man, I wouldn't be down with it. But I do understand that people change, and I think it is important to recognise that, but still.
Yeah. And there's a point in her apology where she says, and I think this is what put me off her apology, like, she let it be known that, you know, I've missed out on the biggest contract that would have helped me and my son, That doesn't need to come in the apology. The apology is not to discuss what's going on in your life with your son. You're apologising to the people that you offended. That didn't need to be included in there.
I just take accountability for your, like, do you know what I mean, your decisions. If you've done stupid things, fair, but don't try and blame anybody else, because nobody else made you do that, nobody else made you say that. Like, that's your own. And also, I think, like, it's highlighted people, like, whenever you're going on a kind of public platform, to just reflect a little bit about, because you can't delete some of those things, or you can, but
it's too little too late,
right? So, like, be careful, man, especially if you're going on, like, a predominantly black platform.
And you must have, Well, she said she thought she didn't even think they were her tweets. She had forgot she had said that.
But even that shows how normalised it must have been to her then.
Yeah.
If you, do you know what I mean? Like,
it just comes out so easily.
Yeah.
But, or even to save yourself having to go through 5 years back of your tweets and delete it. Just think before you tweet, before you post something on Instagram,
definitely.
because it's out there. Once you put it out there, it's out there. Whether you delete it or not, people have screenshotted it.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
yeah.
I wondered, did you have the apology?
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
let's read
interested.
it.
That was interesting. I mean, like, she did apologise.
Yeah.
She did apologise. And I thought like it was a decent apology, I would say. Yeah, I think the thing that I found interesting was that obviously she said I'd seek to empower and uplift women, but then it kind of shows, well, in the past anyway, a certain type of women and who we understand to be women when we talk about uplifting women, but who we exclude in those very conversations, which is interesting. But
on the flip side, I've seen a few comments of people weren't as happy with that episode from BKChat London, like as if they wanted them to go in on her more, but I think what good would that do? Like,
yeah, no, it's true.
I feel like they handled it in the best way possible.
Yeah, they did actually. It was very mature.
So someone said, "You lot allow Mimi. She's allowed an opinion. Plus, it sounds like banter, to be honest. You lot love to destroy people."
Destroy people, wow. The thing is, right, like, everyone's allowed to have an opinion, right? But that bar kind of annoys me, because if your opinion is like denigrating my humanity, the hell, like, this is my life, about you're just allowed to have an opinion.
Again, you can imagine who that was that tweeted that. It was a black male. Again, I reiterate, this is not an attack on, because I know many black males, many in my family, like, they stick up for black females. It's just that small percentage that lets us down.
And it's sad because, again, I think, like, people are constantly fed images and notions of blackness as well. And, like, people talk a lot about racism, and, like, I prefer to talk about, like, white supremacy. It sounds a bit intense, but, like, because the reality is white supremacy can affect all of us. Like, it can affect white people by telling them that they're superior, but it can also affect black people in telling black people themselves that they are inferior. And so you hear black men who have been indoctrinated by white supremacy, but also sexism, and so feel no need to stand up for black women, because the constant narratives are that black women really aren't up to much. Even if, and that breaks my heart, because, like, you come from a black woman, like, that's your genesis. Like, so to me, like, it's a form of, like, self-hate. Like, how can you not love where you come from, or despise that, or not want to stand up for that? And so to me, an opinion kind of makes some kind of sense. It's logical, it's intelligent, you know, it's informed. Saying black women are ugly like Air Forces, that's not an informed decision. Do you know what I mean? That's just some foolishness that you made up right now in your head.
And everyone's entitled to their own opinion, great, but if it's that negative, keep it to yourself.
Please do, because we just don't need it.
No. And people are saying, oh, why are you on the tag? Well, it's because it gets swept under the carpet a lot
So
when
often,
people make comments like this. So if it's just, she was young, she was naive, she didn't know, she doesn't come from that. It's what she's heard, it's what she sees on the reality TV shows. If we give so much leeway and just let people get away with it that much, that's why it keeps on happening.
Definitely.
And then you see people just giving you those undercut comments in everyday life, like it's normal.
Yeah, that's so true. And also BKChat as well, it's like a largely black platform. The audience, from what I understand, is largely black, like, and black and female. So if you were to allow something like that to slide, like, you have no respect for your audience at all, which is not cool. But so I think it's good that they handled it the way they did.
And it was in a serious matter as well. So people want them to come and, I don't know, do like diss battles. I don't know what they wanted from the cast. But I feel like I like the way that they handled it. They came across mature. They took it seriously. Like, it's a serious matter. It's not, oh yeah, when I see you, I don't know what you want.
When I say
on site.
Yeah, for real.
To round this all up, we're going to say, first of all, think before you tweet. The overall thing would be, don't put anyone down. But at the same time, this is the whole all lives matter versus black lives matter. The main message in this video is stop putting black females down.
Yes.
And you can give people serious complexes as well. Not even just them, but people around them seeing that going on. And like when I saw it this morning, at first I was angry, and then I went past angry, and I was genuinely sad, which is why I decided I just had to do it. Because I don't normally do these kind of serious videos. If this is the first time seeing me, at the end you're going to see me dancing or something. But it's not a society that I want to grow up in, and I feel like maybe people are speaking up about it more, and that's why it's coming to the forefront, so that's good. But at the same time, I'm being exposed to it a lot more, which I guess is for the best, but it's not something that I'm enjoying seeing. So like, let's just all work together and just love one another and love your black sisters.
Oh girl, yes. I would say this is like my catchphrase in life generally, like white supremacist patriarchy. Basically, white supremacy and patriarchy and sexism are all working together. So don't critique yourself. Like, if you claim to be a bastion for feminism, for example, are you taking into consideration your black sisters, your Asian sisters, your sisters that are not white women? If you claim to be a bastion for black rights and black liberation, are you taking into consideration the rights of women? Like, these things all intersect in our lives, and I'm not black first, I'm not a woman first, I'm a black woman and I'm Rasheeda, and that's okay. I don't have to pick a side. And we all need to take those things into consideration to best protect ourselves and the world around us. That's what I say.
So yeah, that has been me with Rasheeda. You can see why I brought her on, just sprinkling wisdom,
Girl, that's sprinkling.
I'm gonna put him on.
Mate, live. Okay, so my organisation is holding an event on Thursday called Rev Debate. We discuss some of the most important issues. One of our topics is about BKChat. The BKChat question is, quote, I need a man that can tell me to shut up. Right.
You guys need to get down to this.
This is going to be good. We're discussing Donald Trump and sex workers and whether they should be protected by the government. Loads of interesting stuff. So YMCA, Thames Gateway, 6:30 to 8:30, SE18, 5PQ. Be there.
And tell them a bit about your organisation as well.
Okay, yeah. So 2 years ago now, I set up an organisation called Revolution London, and we are basically a group of young people that aim to engage young people in social and political conversation. We believe that it's imperative that young people are cognizant of politics and kind of social discussions in order to kind of have the best tools to go forward into university or just the wider world to understand how things work. Often young people, particularly from kind of inner city areas, state schools, they're not encouraged to engage in political dialogue in the same way that young people from private schools or just more elite backgrounds are. So we think it's important to, as young people, to share the knowledge that we have with other young people to basically elevate and change the world. So that's what we do.
Hey. Be sure to check it out. All the details will be below. Do you have a flyer? You do, don't you?
Oh, we do.
So I will just put it right here, sir.
This is so cool.
So yeah, be sure to head down if you are in London with nothing to do. Even if you have something to do, cancel it and head on down.
Cut it. Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you've come this first time seeing me, be sure to check out my other videos down below.
I had to do it.
You know, dancing, dance tutorials and other random stuff. And I'm rambling now and I don't really know how to end this, so I'm just gonna go.